Okay, good day everyone. Next na pag-uusapan natin is your acute respiratory failure. Okay, pag sinabi nating acute respiratory failure, it is what? An inadequate gas exchange. Okay? So inadequate daw yung gas exchange. Remember saan nagkakaroon ng gas exchange? Sa may alveoli ninyo. Via what? Via diffusion. Okay? So nagkakaroon ng gas exchange sa alveoli ninyo, doon nagpapalitan daw yung oxygen at saka carbon dioxide ninyo. Okay? Bakit sa alveoli? Kasi manipis yung layer ng alveoli ninyo at saka nandun yung capillaries ninyo. May mga capillaries doon, manipis din sila. So, doon lang sila nagkakaroon ng gas exchange via diffusion. Okay? Sa may alveoli. Okay. Now, inadequate gas exchange of arterial oxygen and carbon dioxide, okay, cannot maintain in the normal level. Okay, so nagkakaroon ng acute respiratory failure if hindi na na-maintain ng katawan mo, okay, yung normal na level ng oxygen at saka carbon dioxide ninyo. Okay, remember that your ARF or your acute respiratory failure has two types. Okay, first type is your hypoxemic and your second type is your hypercapnic. Okay, pag sinabi nating hypoxemic, okay, so mababa yung what? Mababa yung oxygen ninyo. Pero yung carbon dioxide is normal. Okay? Pag sinabi nating hypoxemic, again, yung partial oxygen ninyo decrease, okay? And yung partial carbon dioxide ninyo is normal. And then we have your type 2, which is your hypercapnic. Okay? Pag sinabi natin hypercapnic, okay, mataas ang carbon dioxide ninyo at the same time mababa ang oxygen ninyo. Okay? So, now, ang pH nyo dyan is what? Lower than 7.35. Okay? Lower than 7.35. Okay. So, ano yung mga pwedeng maging causes ng acute respiratory failure ninyo? Okay. 1, your severe pneumonia. Okay? Your severe pneumonia. Okay, next is your ARDS or your acute respiratory distress syndrome. Ano pa? Your asthma attack. Ano pa? Your COPD. Okay? Pag sinabi natin COPD, may dalawang type dyan, di ba? It's your chronic bronchitis and your emphysema. Okay? Ano pa? Trauma. Okay? Trauma. Okay? Example dyan is your brain injury. Okay? Or ano pa? Chest injury. Okay, mga trauma natin. Ano pa? Drug overdose. Okay, like your dito, methamphetamine drug overdose or your shabu overdose. Okay, pwede mag-cause yan ng acute respiratory failure, mga biglaan. Okay. Now, ano yung mga diagnostic procedures na pwede natin gawin if your patient is suffering from acute respiratory failure? Okay, your ABG. Okay? So, anong makikita mo sa ABG? Okay, decrease ang pH. Okay, pag sinabi natin decrease ang pH, less than 7.35. Okay? Pero, yung kanyang partial carbon dioxide is mataas. Okay? Higher than what? Higher than 45. Okay? Next is your pulse oximeter or your pulse oximetry. Ano makikita mo dyan? Decrease ang oxygen saturation. Decrease ang oxygen saturation. Okay? So, ano yung mga magiging treatment mo? Okay? The immediate goal for your acute respiratory failure is to restore, okay, adequate oxygen and ventilation. Okay? So, dapat ma-restore natin adequately yung oxygen and then yung ventilation ng pasyente mo. So, paano natin gagawin yan? Okay? First is your oxygen. Okay? First is your oxygen. Via what? Via nasal cannula, via your mask. Ano yung mga mask natin? 'Di ba? Meron tayong non-rebreather, partial non-rebreather, your Venturi mask, okay? And then your high flow oxygen, okay? High flow oxygen. Pwede nating gamitin yung mga yan. Okay? Nasal cannula. Okay, pag mas nag-increase yung pangangailangan niya, ito yung non-rebreather mask. Okay? Or your Venturi mask. Pag hindi pa rin kaya mag-high flow, pag hindi pa rin kaya, dyan na pumapasok yung non-invasive ventilation natin. Yung tinatawag natin na BiPAP, okay? Or your CPAP. Okay? Your BiPAP or your CPAP. Okay? Sa mga nakapag-duty sa 5 Delta sa AFP or Viluna, alam nila yan kasi nakakita na sila niyan. Okay? Next is your non-invasive ventilation. Ito nga yung BiPAP natin and your CPAP ninyo. Okay? saka lang yan tatanggalin pagkakain yung pasyente. Okay? Or iinom ng tubig. And then ibabalik din. Okay? Next is your intubation. Okay? And mechanical ventilation. Okay? Intubation or mechanical ventilation. Okay? Intubation, using your what? Endotracheal tube. Okay? Mag-i-insert dyan ng endotracheal tube. Okay? Papunta saan? Sa may lungs ninyo. Papunta sa may lungs. Papunta sa may bronchi ninyo. Okay, and then ikakabit kayo sa mechanical ventilation, which is yung machine yung hihinga para sa pasyente. Okay, ano pa? Medications. Okay, ano yung mga medications na pwedeng ibigay sa patient natin with respiratory failure? Okay, pwedeng magbigay ng antibiotics if, okay, ang nag-cause ng acute respiratory failure mo is infection. Okay, and then bronchodilators pag nahirapang huminga yung pasyente mo. Okay? Anong ginagawa niya? To dilate the airways, lalo na yung bronchus mo, di ba? And then we have your corticosteroids. Bakit nagbibigay tayo ng corticosteroids? Okay? To lessen the inflammation, okay? Or to decrease the inflammation saan? Sa may airway ninyo. Okay? Kasi pag nagkaroon ng inflammation, remember, pwedeng maging narrow yung daanan ng airway mo. At the same time, pwedeng maging madami yung secretion. Okay? To reduce that, magbibigay tayo ng corticosteroids. Okay? Pag ang nag-cause naman is fluid, kung bakit nagkaroon ng acute respiratory failure, okay, pwede tayong magbigay dyan ng what? Ng diuretics. Paihiin mo yung pasyente mo para mailabas niya yung mga excess fluids. Okay? And then, next is your sedatives. Okay, bakit tayo nagbibigay ng sedatives? Para ma-relax yung pasyente ninyo. Okay, pero pag nagbibigay ka ng sedatives, remember, sedatives, muscle relaxant, okay, nakakapagpababa yan ng RR. Yes, so you need to watch out for any signs of respiratory distress. Ano ba yung mga signs ng respiratory distress nyo? Okay, difficulty of breathing. Ano pa? Pagbagsak ng oxygen ninyo. Okay? So, yun yung mga kailangan yung i-watch out sa pasyente nyo kapag nagbibigay tayo ng sedatives. Okay? So, ayan. Okay. What if your patient is still restless even nagbibigay ka na ng oxygen? Okay? Even nagbibigay ka na ng oxygen. Okay. One of your nursing responsibility, don't always give oxygen. You need to what? You need to check, okay, for the patency of your airway. Okay? And then monitor your oxygen saturation. Okay? So, yun muna yung gagawin ninyo. You need to check the patency of the airway of your patient. Okay? Patient first. Tandaan nyo yan. And then monitor the oxygen saturation. Okay? Pag hindi talaga kaya, doon pa lang kayo magtataas ng what? Ng oxygen ninyo. Remember, di ba, sa mga COPD patients natin, meron lang tayong limit na binibigay sa kanila when it comes to your oxygen. Bakit? Kasi pwedeng mag-cause yan ng what? Okay? Pwede mag-cause yan ng respiratory failure kapag sobra-sobra yung oxygen na naibigay mo sa kanya. Bakit? Kasi sa COPD, sanay na yung katawan nila na mababa ang oxygen. Tapos kapag bibigyan mo sila ng madaming oxygen, okay, doon na nagkakaroon ng respiratory failure. Biglang nagsha-shutdown yung paghinga ng pasyente nyo because of the hypoxic drive. Okay? Because of the hypoxic drive. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan. Okay, sorry. Now, what will be your nursing interventions for patient with acute respiratory failure? Okay, before and during the acute episodes, okay, continuous monitoring of your oxygen, ABG, and your vital signs. Okay, yung mga nag-duty dyan sa AFP, ayan, pinabantayan ko. Okay, yung mga pasyente nila na bumabagsak. Okay, hindi ko sila pinapaalis doon kasi continuous monitoring kailangan yan. And then, position the patient to what? To high Fowler's position. Pag hindi nyo nakita, semi-Fowler's. Pag hindi nyo nakita, moderate high back rest. Pag hindi nyo nakita, sitting position. Okay? And then, oxygen as ordered. Okay? Oxygen as ordered. And then, prepare for possible intubation. Okay? Pag sinabing, for intubation, yung pasyente ninyo, prepare nyo na yung mga gamit, 'di ba? Yung mga ambo bag ninyo, yung mga laryngoscopes, sterile gloves, okay? Yung endotracheal tube, okay? Kunin nyo na lahat, okay? O, kung gusto mo yung kit na lang, yung emergency kit, karamihan naman nandun. And then suction airway for any secretions, okay? Suction airways for any secretions. Okay, now, after ma-stabilize yung patient, what will be your nursing responsibilities or what will be your nursing intervention? You need to encourage your patient to what? To deep breathing exercises. Okay? Deep breathing exercises. Ano pa? Coughing exercises and the use of your incentive spirometry. Okay? The use of your incentive spirometry. And then monitor for any complications such as your what? Pneumothorax. Okay? Pneumothorax kasi is nagkakaroon yun ng what? Ng fluid saan? Ng fluid tuloy. Ng air sa may pleural cavity ninyo. Okay? One of the complications ng acute respiratory failure ninyo. Ano pa? VAP. Okay? Pag sinabi nating VAP, ventilator associated pneumonia. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga patient na intubated na pwedeng magkaroon ng what? Pneumonia. Okay? During naka-intubate sila. Ano pa? Pag hindi nagawa ng paraan to, it could lead to what? Multi-organ dysfunction due to hypoxia. Remember that your organs, kailangan nila ng oxygen. Okay? Kailangan nila ng blood. Okay? Sino ba ang nagkikerry ng oxygen? Yung blood. Okay? Saan ba nagkakaroon ng exchange? Sa alveoli. Okay? So, pag hindi na nakakuha ng sapat na oxygen yung mga organs natin, pwede silang mag-shutdown. Okay? So, multi-organ dysfunction due to hypoxia. Okay, now, how will you determine if the patient is improving? Okay? Paano mo daw ma-determine if yung pasyente mo nag-i-improve na? Okay? Nagiging normal na yung what? Yung partial oxygen mo. Nagiging normal na din yung oxygen saturation mo and nagde-decrease na yung oxygen requirement. Okay, kunwari, sa oxygen requirement, nung una, naka-15. Okay? Naka-15 LPM via face mask. Okay, now, makita mo mag-i-improve yun kapag pababa na ng pababa. Okay, naging 14, naging 13, naging 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hanggang sa mai-off mo yung oxygen. Okay? Nag-i-improve yung pasyente mo because of your oxygen. Doon mo malalaman. 'Di ba? Na nag-i-improve yung pasyente mo, okay?